Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your man, Marty Anaya, and you are once again watching The Breakdown. This is the show about all things film that we do here at the California Film Foundation. Do me a favor. We've got an upcoming film festival called the Sacramento International Film Festival, and I want you to go right there to californiafilm.net and get all the details on this amazing, and I do mean it's going to be amazing, this film festival. It is our 30th annual Sacramento International Film Festival. And if you don't know, let me put you up on game. We've got a lot of wonderful filmmakers that are going to be coming to town, a lot of local filmmakers that are going to be returning, like Mark S. Allen with his new movie, Don't Answer, which I'm going to be heading out to Beverly Hills, I think Century City, actually, this coming week to help him with his SoCal premiere, but we're going to have the NorCal premiere on this weekend, August 29, 30, and 31. And I'll tell you something, unless I am remiss, the bottom line here is this is really, really fun stuff. I'm just going to give you a little bit of flavor of it right now. Then I'm going to return and we're going to talk to a very, very special guest, Mr. Marc Clebanoff, whose brand new movie, Prisoner of War, is going to be dropping. It's going to have its premiere with the Sacramento Film Festival on August the 30th. I'm going to give you all that detail. You're not going to want to miss it. But just to wet your whistle, check this out.
The Sacramento Film Festival Winter Edition is back. Join us for 3 days of spectacular cinema, beginning with a gala holiday party on December 13th.
Okay, now that is just a little tiny flavor because that was actually our winter party that we had last winter. But we're going to be doing it again, and it's going to be starting on August the 29th, like I said. And this is the 30th anniversary. That was our 29th anniversary, but this is the 30th anniversary. I can't wait. Folks, it's going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to not want to miss. So, but without further ado, let me talk to my man here, Mark. He's on a short window, so I want to bring him in here, and let's talk about this new movie, Prisoner of War. Marc Clebanoff, what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I can't complain. I'm probably doing better than I ought to be.
Good.
Mark, you and I have known each other for a little while. You've been doing these movies. You've been a filmmaker for what, the better part of your life now, I think, at this point, right?
I mean, my entire adult life, for sure.
When did you get the bug that said, I'm going to do this crazy profession and decide I want to make movies?
I just saw a meme like this morning that summed it up perfectly. I'm like, we got into this business to avoid doing a 9 to 5, but we end up working way more hours than we ever would in a normal job.
Absolutely. And I am kind of, I don't want to say suffering, right? We pick our lives, but I'm definitely feeling picking up what you're putting down. So what's the reward? I mean, you've been doing this, like you said, the better part of your adult life. Why?
Because we're creatives at our core, and we have this inexplicable, sometimes illogical drive to tell stories and be on set and do all these crazy creative things. So the sad reality is we spend 98% of our time grinding so we can do what we love 2% of the time. But the 2% makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah. And then, hopefully one day you can, retire and live happily ever after and just be one of those guys with the big glasses like I got and the big cigar and go, yeah.
I already got the glasses and the cigar. I mean, look, the thing is if
and you got the little dog. I was going to say you got to have the little dog too.
That's right. Thing is if you manage to find longevity in this business and you produce enough content, eventually you're sitting on a library that's basically an asset that has value and generates revenue for you. So I figure, if I make a dozen more films in the next 15 years, then it's like having a pension.
I mean, yeah.
Not to mention stuff that I can hang my hat on,
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, that's the dream. Um, we have a promo for this new movie that hopefully I can present. It's on our page, so I'm going to try to present it here in a minute. But before I do that, let's, if you don't mind, I know you're on a short time window here, so just talk to me a little bit about this new movie, Prisoner of War. And we're very, by the way, excited that you're willing to bring it down here to Sacramento, or I should say up here to Sacramento, and be with us with this. But talk to me about Prisoner of War. What was the idea behind this?
Yeah, so one of my longtime creative partners, Louis Mandalore, has been up there. He and I tag team a lot of stuff, and he had done a couple of very successful movies with Scott Adkins, who in the independent action world is kind of the gold standard. To be honest, originally I wasn't all that interested in trying to put something together like this, but I like the idea of Scott doing a World War II movie because nobody's ever seen him like that. Like, Scott does more than his fair share of movies. He's got at least a few movies a year coming out. But if I'm going to put that much time, effort, and blood, sweat, and tears into a project, like, I want it to stand out. I work in distribution too, so I understand the boxes you have to check. But I like the idea of doing a Scott Adkins movie in a different setting than his fans or anybody else had ever seen him, which was this war movie. So he had come to Louis and said, "Hey, let's do one of these because I've never done it." And then Scott and I spent about 6 months collaborating on the script. I wrote it, we developed it together, and then we went to the Philippines and we shot it. And it was, every shoot is grueling, but every shoot I've ever done is like Candyland compared to the shoot we had in the Philippines. In fact, we were there exactly 1 year ago now, shooting in a monsoon. We shot half the movie in the pouring rain. When you see it, like, that ain't visual effects. And but fortunately, thankfully, I bet big on this movie, but it turned out really well. And having made more than my fair share of movies, I can say they don't always turn out well. So I'm really, really happy this one did, and I'm excited to show it.
Hey, I can't wait to see it. Now I'm going to see if I can present the trailer. I might have to, for those of you watching live, I might have to cut this up and edit it later.
And the trailer's pretty good, but I'm actually excited to beat my chest a little bit and say the movie's actually better than the trailer, but the trailer's good too.
Well, I like the trailer, and being that that's all we can show you guys right now, I'm gonna see if I can present it. So give me a little couple seconds here. It might be worth the effort here. So give me 1 second here. See if we can get this cracking.
Little bit of the old ultra violence.
Woo! Man. All right, dude. That was something else, man. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, it's not a comedy.
Not a comedy. No, that's it looks pretty brutal, and I'm sure that was the sweet part, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a fictitious story and fictitious characters, but I did an overwhelming amount of research, and it's an extremely historical backdrop. One of the interesting things about the Philippines is it was a really pivotal point in the war in the Pacific in April of 1942. And one of the most interesting parts of the war in the Pacific, in my opinion, that has gotten so little attention by Hollywood. And my theory on that is because it's kind of a stain on the American reputation, because like what our government did to our servicemen over there it wasn't great. We basically abandoned them. But it's a really, really interesting part of the war that, like I said, never has really been personified in movies. So I was really excited to do that.
And many years ago now, it seems, you and Louis Mandalore, your producing partner and wonderful guy, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. You guys brought a movie called, at the time it was called Eyes of a Killer, and then ultimately it had another title when you got it distributed, but we know it as Eyes of a Killer. And I just remember Louis at that time, I think he almost killed himself on that shoot. So I can only imagine what this must have been like for you guys, because I remember that shoot was in the Delta over here in California, and I remember he got really sick. You know, he told us the story. I wasn't there, but I mean, he told us the story about how
he got sick on this one too, but he persevered. He had a big support team, though. I was there. My other producing partner, Brandon Mention, who you'll meet when we go up there. We had a great team that came in from Thailand. We had 200 crew members. I mean, that's the thing. You go shoot in the third world, it's like you have more people than you could ever imagine. So yeah, it was tough. It was brutal, but Stephen Rennie, who was our stunt coordinator and fight choreographer, I mean, one of the best in the business, he made us all look good. So, fortunately, he had a big support team to elevate him, but he hit a grand slam, in my opinion.
I hear you. I hate 100%. And dude, like I said, I know you guys put your all into this. By the way, folks, not for nothing, but Mark has such a plethora of knowledge. I told him I was going to give him a hard out here at 7:15 because I know you got other things that you got to do tonight. But I want to thank you for being with us, and I want to let folks at home know that this is just a tiny little taste. If you are a filmmaker or you want to become a filmmaker, or you're just very fascinated with the process, how the sausage is made, Mark is going to be with us again on August the 30th. Again, it's a 3-day festival. August 29th is our party, so hopefully we can get you down there for that at the Sacramento Film Festival. But then on August the 30th, we're going to show the movie at 6:45. But during the day, we have a thing called the Digital Odyssey Conference. What is that? It's your opportunity to learn about how the sauce is made, right? To learn about filmmaking. One of the components of that is going to be Mr. Marc Clebanoff talking about this wonderful movie, about the process, and about the filmmaking process generally. So if you're a filmmaker or you got a budding filmmaker in your family, you're going to want to be there. It's called the Digital Odyssey Conference. All this information that I'm giving you is right there at the bottom of that screen at that website, californiafilm.net. You're not going to want to miss it. This is your weekend of cinema. It's your summer of cinema. It's here for you. Mark, man, any last words before I let you out of here? And we're going to see you on the 29th. I can't wait.
Yep, me too. I'm excited to show it. This will be our first, we've only had one public screening so far. This will be the first time we leave LA and show it anywhere else. And then the movie comes out September 19th in theaters and digital and on digital. So this will be a good event. So thank you. And always a pleasure, amigo.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. I just going to say, I know you dropped that thing, that trailer over at Comic-Con. You were at Comic-Con recently. What was the response like for that?
It was cool. So basically our distributor, Wellgo USA, they run this panel for like 20 plus years called Kung Fu Extravaganza. And so basically they get this big crowd. It's probably like 300 people there on the big stage, the whole thing. And they show scenes from upcoming, mostly martial arts movies. mostly stuff from Hong Kong, like Donnie Yen's new movie and stuff like that. But they actually started the event by having Scott Adkins do Scott lives in the UK. He couldn't be there in person. So Scott did a video recording introducing the movie. And then we showed the trailer publicly for the first time at Comic-Con. And then we went up and we did a short panel, which was awesome. And yeah, I mean, trailer got over 1 million views in the first like 4 days. So it was exciting.
Amazing. Hey, man.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how much I am so proud of you and Louis for all that you guys have been able to accomplish. We'll see you here on the 29th at that party, and then on the 30th at your screening and this talk that I'm talking about at the Digital Odyssey Conference. Sir, good. Always a pleasure, brother.
All right, thanks. Cheers.
And you guys at home, we appreciate you. We got more coming in the few days. We'll see you soon. Stay right there.